The episode starts with Parag telling Anupama that it is her choice what to tell Prem, but she and her daughter shall stay away from Prem. He thanks her for her time, and says Jai Shri Krishna. Anupama stops him and says, "You have said what you wanted to say." She says, "You have inquired many things about me, but you have missed out one thing in your research." She says, "Neither I blame someone unnecessarily, nor I bear someone accusing me without a reason." She says at once, Anuj Kapadia's empire was on her name, and now she is the owner of a small resort. She tells that the happiness can't be bought with money, and tells that you said right that we are not equals, as you are begging for your son, and you can't be equivalent to the giver. She tells that she will pray that his son returns to him. She knows how it feels when the child is away from us. She tells that Prem is not a toy, which I can give to anyone, and tells that he is educated and understanding guy. I can't force him to take any decision. She says I will try and will make my daughter understand. She says your son lied to me and my daughter, from the start. She says the relation which starts with lies, how can I trust your liar son for my daughter? She says you want to save your son from my daughter, but I want to save my daughter from your liar son. Parag says people like you lies many times, but you both know well, what is your status and what is mine. The people which he has kept there, flies away. Anupama asks him to see it and says your status has flown away. She says I want my daughter to be happy always, and her happiness can't be with your liar son. She asks him to take away his son and she will take away her daughter from his liar son. She starts going and recalls Prem telling that he is an orphan. She recalls Pratana telling that she doesn't know Prem, and then telling Parag Kothari is her papa. She recalls asking Prem to tell everything about him. She sits there shocked and says when I couldn't bear this lie then how Rahi will bear, what I will tell Rahi. She says what I will tell everyone. They all asked me not to trust Prem, but I didn't trust anyone, and ignored questions raised in my heart. She thinks how she can do this. She regrets to keep him at home, and her daughter's falling in love with him. She regrets to let him stay in her house. She says how to make Rahi understand not to love Prem, and Prem, I used to think you as my son, and let you stay in my house, going against anyone, without inquiring anything. She says why did you lie so big? Rahi waits for Anupama to come, and says don't know where she has gone, and why Prem is stressed and for what. She feels a big storm is going to happen, and asks God to make everything fine. Parag returns home and tells Motiba that he had gone to meet Anupama. Motiba says if that woman separates Prem from her daughter then he might return with a broken heart. He says she is clever, don't know what she would do. Pratana hears him. Anupama comes home. Toshu asks where did you go? There are many others. Rahi asks where did you go? Babuji asks if everything is fine. Toshu asks if something happened. Anupama asks where is Prem. Rahi says he has gone to deliver the order, and thinks he wanted to tell something, and thinks something major has happened. Prem comes there holding the boxes, and asks for help. He keeps the boxes down, and his phone falls down. He gets Pratana's call. He sees her message. Just then Anupama slaps him hard, shocking everyone. Anupama says this is the slap for all the lies which you told us, Prem Parag Kothari. Everyone is shocked. She says you didn't only lie, but also made fun of our emotions. She says I asked you many times about your family, but she asks him to leave from her house, her daughter's life etc. Rahi tells Anupama that Prem can't be Kothari, he can't lie to me. Anupama asks Prem to see how much she trusts you. She trusts your lies more than mother's truth. She says my daughter trusted you, but what you have done. Rahi says there is some misunderstanding, and says Prem can't hide such a big thing. Anupama says he is Kothari family's son and heir, Parag Kothari's son. She asks him to say his full name, and have some shame. She asks if Parag Kothari is your father or not. Prem nods his head in agreement, shocking Rahi. Paki smiles thinking something, but says I had warned you, but you didn't listen to me. She says he will return to his palace after having love affair with both daughters. She asks everyone to say. Everyone is silent. But says everyone is in shock, and says I was right and you was wrong. Anupama says yes, I was wrong for the first time, and tells that when I met you for the first time, I saw Konhoji's reflection in you, you took me to Dwarka, and I met my daughter due to you, and I accepted you as my son from my heart. She says she trusted him a lot, and now she has lost trust on herself. She says you have lied to me at every step, and said that there is nobody. But asks if you haven't feel ashamed to call your alive parents as dead. Anupama asks why did you keep us in dark? She says when Rahi was angry with me, you used to tell her that nobody can love a child like a mother, and she shall accept her mother. She reminds him that he brought Rahi back to her after much difficulty. She says if Rahi was wrong, then how come you are right to give pain to your parents? She says I let you stay here and I thought that I got a sati, who has nobody in this world, fighting against all. She says everyone warned me, but I didn't listen to anyone. She says I was stubborn and said that my Prem will stay here, as he is my son, a family member. She says people says right that one gets cheated if tries to do better. She says when my own children couldn't be mine, then how can stranger be my son? She says when I met Pratana, I asked you if you know her, but you said that you don't know her and she hugged you as she got emotional. She says I trusted you and gave my daughter to you. She says you didn't go to your house since so many years, and yesterday you went there to threaten your father, to fight with him.